Good morning, y'all, and thank you for joining this 15-minute morning yoga practice. We're going to focus on releasing tension through the neck, through the shoulders, get a little bit of mobility in the body so we can boost some energy to start the day. You won't need any props. However, if you do have some, if you're at home or you have access to that, it's always useful to support you. With that being said, you can also practice this really at any time of the day. Let's say you need some energy in the morning, or you've been getting a little tense at work. You could take your lunch break with this class or even wrap up the day. With that being said, I hope you enjoy the class. Let's get started. Let's begin in a comfortable seat, legs crossed or sitting on your shins and hands resting on your knees or thighs, finding a connection with your breath in and out of your nose, growing that breath and starting to find that you can take an inhale of 3, holding at the top for 3, and sighing out for 3. Inhale for 4, hold for 4. Exhale, 4 counts. Then inhale for 5, hold for 5, and sigh it out, 5 counts. Release your hands and lift them over your head, palms coming together to touch and down to heart center. Inhale, reach up, palms come together and meet at your chest. One more time, lift and Anjali Mudra, hands at heart center. Releasing your hands down and beginning to roll your shoulders from forward to back. The shoulders lift up, the shoulders squeeze together, come down, rolling back. And then taking them back up and forward. Shoulders squeeze, lift up and forward. Feel that release through the shoulders and start letting your right ear lean towards your right shoulder. Keep your torso straight and maybe reach your left hand out to the side and let it rest behind your low back. The top of your hand can touch there. And notice how this deepens a little the stretch on the left side of your neck. You continue breathing and maybe allowing your chin to start leaning towards the right shoulder, feeling a new sensation along the neck. Releasing the hand and then rolling the chin towards the center of your chest. Keep your spine tall. Continue to breathe. Just allowing your chin to naturally tuck down. No forcing. And then lifting your head up so that your left ear can start leaning towards your left shoulder. Keeping the shoulders relaxed and maybe the right arm reaching out so that you can rest it behind your low back, almost touching your left hip. Nice stretch along the right side of the neck. And breathe. Feel the inhales through your nose, the exhales, with your chin turning down towards your left shoulder if it feels comfortable. Starting to release and lower your chin towards your chest. The last couple of breaths in this stretch. Interlace your hands and rest them behind the back of your head, elbows out to the sides. Start to lift your head and lift your chin, lift your heart and take a small back bend, cradling your head and then rounding forward. Elbows come together and open close. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Just a small rounding. Releasing the hands, then lifting them up. Inhale. Exhale, right hand down to your side, left arm reaching over. You might press up again and reach over. Just to feel a little flow of movement and energy through the side body. Finally reaching as you press the left hip towards the ground. The fingertips extending. Arms up, breath in. Breath out, twist to your left side. You might be looking over your shoulder, turning from your heart center. Your hips stay facing forward. Relax the shoulders, breathing, and come back to center. Inhale, up. Exhale, left hand down, right arm overhead. Flowing again. Breathing as you find a nice space to open up along the side of your body, fingertips extending. Feel the energy shooting out through the fingertips. As your right hip presses down, long stretch. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, now the twist to the opposite direction. So it's your left hand on your right knee, your right hand gently pressed behind you, shoulders relaxing and breathing. Coming back to center, inhale, reach up, exhale, hands lower down. And you start to find your way with your feet out in front of you, your knees opening out to the side. And deciding where you'd like to place your feet, further in for a deeper opening in your inner thighs, further out for more opening on the outer hips. You reach up, inhale. Exhale, squeeze the shoulders together, elbows, cactus in. Dive over your legs, fold forward. Rise up, inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus arms squeeze, shoulders and elbows come together. Inhale up. Exhale, dive down, fold over. We'll do it one more time. You reach up, inhale. Exhale, squeeze the shoulders. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dive down. We'll start to find this fold for just a few breaths. In and out. Starting to roll back up. Bringing the knees together and extending the legs out in front of you. You could shift your knees up and down a little bit, find a comfort, and then reach up, inhale, exhale, you're diving down again. Rolling up, inhale, this time it's just a reach and a fold down. Last time, rise up, reach up, inhale, exhale, reach through your chest and your fingers and arms, and then fold over your legs. You can have a small bend in your knees if it feels like a tight stretch through the hamstrings. A couple of more breaths, and then you start to rise up. Let it go. Shift on to your hands and knees. Find your knees underneath your hips and your wrists underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers and start to rotate around your wrists and your knees, going in one direction for a few circles and breaths, and then switching the circles, warming up through the wrists a little bit, through the hips, and then coming back to center for cats and cows. Inhale, belly drops, tailbone tilts, and then round into cat for your exhale. Back and forth. Inhale, cow, and exhale, rounding cat. Flow in a way that feels really nice and juicy for your spine, waking up through the entire length of your spine. Back, center, and starting to circle your left knee. So you're sticking it out to the side, lifting it up, and making these nice circles. We're just doing a few. Last one here. Stretch the left leg long and bring the knee in. Carefully find your foot under your knee, adjust your hands. Maybe you need a block to support you. You put it on the outside or inside of your foot. Maybe you have 2 blocks. Or you can have your fingers and hands to the ground. You can stay like this or press your hands onto your thigh. Feel your tailbone lengthen down, your pelvis tuck up. You can keep your hands on your thigh or lift them into the sky. Keep your belly lifting up and in, especially when you exhale, a little back bend. And then hands back to the ground so you can stretch your left leg out in front of you. Point your toes towards your face. Lift your chest on an inhale, and exhale, reach your heart towards your toes. Nice hamstring stretch. Another breath, maybe going a little deeper. And then bringing your foot back down onto the ground. Hands inside the legs so you can release your left knee to the ground again. Get situated, and here we go with our hip circles. The knee juts out to the side, lifts up, foot to the sky. You're just waking up those hips, circling the knee round and round, and then stretching the right leg long so you can bring your foot forward, finding this low lunge. Do you need your blocks here again? Can you bring your hands to your thighs today? Can you lift up your arms today? What feels the most accessible and good for you? This stretch along the front of your back thigh, that back bend to open up your heart, and then lengthening your leg, lifting your toes. Maybe blocks for this one too. Use the support you need so you can find a gentle deepness in the stretch without taking it too far. Listen to your body. Find your edge. No pain, just maybe a little intensity, and that's where your breath comes in to support you. Your knee starts to bend, hands inside the legs so you can release the knee down. Curl your toes under your heels. Start to sit back towards your toes, hands still staying on the mat. Maybe noticing if you need to spread out your toes so you've got a little bit of space between each one of them. You can keep your hands on the mat or on your thighs. You can sit completely back onto your heels. We're just taking a few breaths here. That is a foot wake up. I know you might be feeling it. Keep breathing deeply, and remember you can take your hands down at any time. It's a short class, so it doesn't take long for you to find yourself in child's pose. Toes are maybe curled under for a little bit longer, and then you can release the tops of the feet down. Your knees might be open quite wide, or if it's easier for you to close them, by all means, do so. Gently lifting your hips so you can curl the toes under the heels again. We're coming to downward dog. Spread the fingers, grip into the mat, lift the hips up and back. Find that space between the feet and hands so you can create a long spine, your chest reaching towards the back of the mat. You might lift your heels up and down, warming up again through the feet, through the back of the legs. Keep the tailbone tilting up and gripping the fingers into the mat. Feel that your inner elbows can sort of turn a little bit up towards the ceiling. And then maybe reach your left hand towards your right leg, so you're kind of doing a small twist, holding onto the outer calf, just for a breath. Switching sides in just a moment, so it's the right hand towards the left ankle or calf. Gentle twist. Your supporting hand gripping in, and back to downward dog. Inhale and exhale. Walking your feet a little in and your hands a little in, so towards the middle of your mat. So you're coming into a fold, and you take your feet as wide as you need, maybe swaying side to side. You could catch your elbows for a ragdoll. Bend the knees a little bit and let your chest and your head drape heavy towards the ground. Hang and release. Breathe. Let it all go. Feel the flow of your energy. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, deep fold. Rise up, reach up, inhale. Exhale, hands at heart center. You're standing tall. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands heart center. Reach up again, breathe in. Now exhale, dive down into your fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. It's little half Surya Namaskar, sun A's. We reach up, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Reach up, inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Rise and reach up, breathe in. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Start to take your feet wider apart, toes out to the side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend into the knees, sink your hips down into Malasana, yogi squat, elbows inside the knees, rocking a little from side to side if you like. Feel a little more opening through the hips, maybe a little gentle pressure of your elbows to open your knees. Deep breaths. Release the hands down behind you so you can sit down on the ground and cross your legs out in front of you. Hands coming down onto your thighs, getting comfortable again in your seated position. So we can do that breathing exercise one more time. Just sigh it out. Feel the difference in your body now. Are you a little more awake? You're breathing in to hold for 3. Exhale for 3 through the nose. Inhale for 4 and hold for 4. Out through the nose. Inhale for 5. Hold for 5. Exhaling 5. Hands coming to heart center, continuing to breathe. We're going to take a chant of Om. Inhale and Om. Namaste.
So there you have it, 15 minutes practice. I hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to like, comment, and share this with your friends. This makes a huge difference for my channel, and especially letting me know what other yoga classes you're looking for so I can produce more. I hope to get more out once a week, if not more in the future. Thanks again and have a great day.